These are the 5 most famous deaths in human history, events so powerful they reshaped civilizations, toppled governments, and changed how billions of people live today. If you enjoy this video, please make sure to like and subscribe before you go. Starting at number 5, Princess Diana. In the early hours of August 31, 1997, a Mercedes carrying Diana, her partner Dodi Fayed, and driver Henry Paul slammed into a wall inside the Pont de l'Alma tunnel in Paris. Fayed and Paul died on impact. Diana was rushed to the hospital, but couldn't be saved. Her brother called her the most hunted person of the modern age, and he wasn't wrong. The paparazzi had swarmed their car just moments before the crash. Her funeral, held 6 days later, became the most watched broadcast in television history, with 2.5 billion people tuning in across 180 countries. That's roughly 1/3 of every human being alive at the time, watching one woman laid to rest. Number 4, Martin Luther King Jr. On April 4th, 1968, at 6:01 in the evening, King was shot on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel in Memphis and pronounced dead an hour later at just 39 years old. What makes his death even more haunting is what he said the night before. In his final speech, he told the crowd, "I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land." It sounded like a man who already knew what was coming. His assassination triggered riots in over 100 American cities, killing more than 40 people, injuring 3,500, and leading to 27,000 arrests in the chaos that followed. Over 100,000 mourners walked behind 2 mules, pulling his coffin through the streets of Atlanta. Number 3, Abraham Lincoln. On April 14, 1865, Lincoln was watching a comedy at Ford's Theater when actor John Wilkes Booth slipped into the presidential box and shot him in the head. Lincoln's guard had grown bored with the play and wandered off to get a beer. Lincoln died the next morning at 7:22 a.m., becoming the first U.S. president ever assassinated. And here's what makes it especially tragic. The Civil War had effectively ended just 5 days earlier, meaning the man who held the Union together didn't survive long enough to witness the peace he'd sacrificed everything for. 3 days before his death, Lincoln reportedly told a friend about a dream in which he was assassinated. Number 2, John F. Kennedy. November 22, 1963. Kennedy was riding through Dealey Plaza in Dallas when 2 bullets struck him, one through his neck and a second fatal shot through his skull. His wife Jackie refused to change out of her blood-stained pink suit, telling Lady Bird Johnson, "I want them to see what they have done to Jack." Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested but never stood trial because nightclub owner Jack Ruby shot him dead on live television 2 days later. The Warren Commission concluded Oswald acted alone, but a later congressional investigation suggested a conspiracy may have been involved. As recently as March 2025, newly declassified documents revealed how closely the CIA had been monitoring Oswald before the shooting. 60 years on, this case still isn't fully settled. Jackie Kennedy requested that JFK's funeral follow the same ceremonial details as Lincoln's, separated by almost exactly a century. And number 1, the most famous death in human history, the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Scholars place it between 30 and 33 CE, ordered by the Roman prefect Pontius Pilate. And even skeptical historians rank it among the most certain facts of antiquity. What followed that execution built the largest religion on earth. Today, 2.4 billion people, roughly 32% of the global population, identify as Christian, and the Bible has sold over 5 billion copies. Constantine, the first Christian emperor, was so moved by the crucifixion's legacy that he abolished the practice entirely across the Roman Empire. A single death on a Roman cross 2,000 years ago still shapes how nearly a third of humanity understands the world today. 5 deaths, 5 moments that echo across centuries, and every single one of them still matters.